Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation. With me, your host, Owen, guys, bringing you your team every single day. Bringing you Glasgow Rangers on your YouTube channel every single day, guys. And if you want your team every single day, then you need to hit that sub. You need to ring that notification bell. And guys, give the video a like. It does help. Well, Rangers got back to winning ways today with a 1-0 victory over Aberdeen at Ibrox. Inarguably, I suppose, a dead rubber, a game that obviously doesn't matter. A game that's, given the result at Tynecastle today, especially didn't mean anything in terms of the league. But you know what? I kind of argue it does. It does for a number of reasons. Number one, is there ever a game that Rangers play in that doesn't matter? Is there ever a game that you would go and say, well, this game doesn't, we don't care. This game doesn't really matter to Rangers, really? Honestly, would you ever argue that? I wouldn't. Not for this club. Not for a club that means as much as this one does to a lot of people, that means as much to the fans as it does, and hopefully means as much to at least some of the players that are out there today. I mean, obviously, Michael Beale rang up the changes, as I revealed on my video earlier when I talked about the team news. A team that I think, we all wanted to see. We all wanted to see changes made. We all wanted to see new players coming in, and we all wanted to see different players getting an opportunity to play, didn't we? And we saw that today. Or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video. And but Robbie McCrory and Garth, that was a good move by Michael Beale to put Robbie McCrory and Garth. Something I think that all of us have been calling for. The fact that his previous appearances for Rangers, he's done the business, hasn't he? He's kept clean sheets against them in Europe. He's done a great job. In when he's been called upon by Rangers, he hasn't let us down. And I think, given the fact that Alan McGregor, yes, Alan McGregor is a great goalkeeper of the past. But, this season, I think Alan has kind of sown a few seeds of uncertainty in that defence in a way, because of the fact that the guy hardly ever comes for balls. He's got no speed anymore. He doesn't command his area anymore. And, we'll talk a little bit about Robbie shortly. Back forward, obviously, Tavernier, Goldson, Davis and Ridvan. Nice to see Ridvan playing. I thought Ridvan had a good game today. I thought, that he did something that we haven't seen in a little while. He didn't fall asleep at the back post and allow people to sneak in around the back and score goals, which is something that we've seen a number of times from Borna over the last few seasons. Ben Davis obviously went off injured in today's game. A little bit worrying that. Obviously, you get another injury for Rangers. Davis is okay today. Not brilliant, not terrible. Did a job, I suppose. Lundstrom and Raskin in midfield. I thought Lundstrom was okay. Perhaps earning a place, in the squad for next season. Definitely not a starter for next season. Because Raskin had perhaps not one of his better games today, was okay. Cantwell, well, I'm going to talk about Todd Cantwell shortly. He was a class apart in my estimations today. Matondo and Fashion kind of gave Rangers a different look up front. And I'll talk a little bit about Fashion shortly, if I have to, maybe. Hadji, nice to see him back. I thought he looked, look decent, considering he's missed an awful lot of football. That's something we've got to remember. Giannis has been out for a long time, and his last start was against Partick Thistle in the Cup. Yeah, he's played a few minutes here, a few minutes there, but really hasn't really put anything any starts together at all since that game. Interesting bench as well, with Alex Lowry and Adam Devine, although we wouldn't see any of the young players, which is another interesting one, which I'll talk about shortly. Well, as for the game itself, wasn't the most enthralling of games, was it? Early chances in the first half for Cantwell, a shot over, a shot wide. Fashion Sakala, again, missing another chance. How many chances does he need to miss before someone realises that realistically this guy is not up to it? Fashion Sakala, I mean, what can you say about him? He runs around a lot. He's got a lot of bags of heart. He's got a nice smile. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it about Fashion Sakala. Really not impressed at all with Fashion Sakala again today. Look, yes, the lad's got bags of heart. Yes, he runs around a lot. Yes, he puts the effort in. But, realistically, if we're really serious about building for the future, if we're really serious about being a contender next season, if we're really serious about doing something in Europe, if we're really serious about challenging Celtic and taking the 3 trophies back again from the other side of Glasgow, then Fashion Sakala really isn't the answer. He just, goes to pieces in front of goal. He doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't have the quality, I don't think, to play at this level for Rangers. You know, yeah, I think he'd be fine playing for Motherwell, for St Mirren, for Kilmarnock, for a team like that. No disrespect to those teams, but he just is not good enough for Rangers at the end of the day. And I think he proved that again today. And obviously he was subbed off later in the second half. And quite rightly so. The guy was fairly average, if I'm being honest with you. So, yeah, Sakala missed again. The only chance he did actually score, he was offside for. So, you know, there we go. Pretty much tells the whole story of fashion Sakala. Heard a great joke today from CJ Novo, you know, my fellow YouTuber, who said that if Sakala had shot Tupac would be turning 52 this year. You know, that says it all, doesn't it? Stats for the game, so a quick look at those. Rangers had 19 shots to Aberdeen's 11. 7 shots on target for Rangers as opposed to Aberdeen's 4. 71% possession to Aberdeen's 29. 613 passes completed by Rangers to Aberdeen's 249. 85% pass accuracy for Rangers, 65% for Aberdeen. 4 fouls by Rangers, 8 by Aberdeen. 1 yellow card for Rangers, which was Todd Cantwell for a little push on Scales. I'll talk about that incident as well. 1 yellow card, no red cards, thank goodness, in the game. 2 offsides for each team. 12 corners for Rangers, 6 corners for Aberdeen. Yeah, that yellow card that Cantwell got. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, yeah, it was, you know, he shouldn't have shoved Scales, but I've got to say one thing about that Scales guy. You know, he's on loan from Celtic, which obviously makes him, you know, well, let's just leave it there. But to go down holding your face when Cantwell didn't even touch his face, he shoved his body, and Scales goes down like this, grasping his face. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's absolutely, massively, hugely embarrassing. Why would you hold your face when the guy's been nowhere near your face? It's cheating. That's what it is. It's cheating. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. You know, let's talk a little bit about this man here. I thought today this guy was an absolute class above. I mean, the goal, what can you say about the goal? The goal was fantastic. Absolute superb goal. The way he took that chance, the way he finished that chance was absolutely brilliant. I thought the other thing, obviously, about Todd Cantwell today was the energy he showed, the effort he showed. He was just a class apart from anything else on that field. I just thought his passing, you know, his no-look passing, his tackling, dribbling. Cantwell was absolutely superb today. Absolutely superb. Ran the game and was by far the best player on the pitch. You know, he had the shots, he had that goal. He gave the complete performance. I think, again, you know, he is an absolute class act. And I think if we can go ahead now towards the summer, build our team around this guy here, then, you know, there is definitely, I think, potential to really compete next season with a guy of the class of Todd Cantwell. I thought he was absolutely fantastic today, and I look forward to seeing him next week against that lot from across the city and in the remaining, obviously, 4 games after that. But no, I thought he was absolutely superb today. Just like I said, the energy, the constant energy of just, if you looked at him, he never gave up. He never stopped running. He never stopped trying. He never stopped showing heart and battle and fight. He's what you want to see from all 11 players, really, is what Todd Cantwell showed. I thought he was great. Absolutely superb today. Well done, Todd, on a great performance. And man of the match on Rangers TV, and the sponsors man of the match today as well, I think, which was thoroughly earned by Todd as well. You know, I thought Yanis did well. You know, he showed some clever touches. Yeah, it wasn't a great performance, but, you know, we've got to remember this guy is just coming back from injury. You know, he's had a serious injury. He's been out for a year. Showed some clever touches. Really want to see him for the next few games. I think after, you know, this game, for the last 4 games, want to see him play, want to see him continue to grow, continue to get his match fitness back, and continue to show us what he's capable of. I think, you know, if Yanis Hadji continues like he is, he's definitely one who can, I think, play a part for Rangers over next season. So, yeah, Yanis Hadji, for me, another good performance by Hadji. I thought Tav had a decent game. I thought Ridvan had a decent game as well. I want to give a big mention to this young man here, Robbie McCrory. Now, we've all been calling for Robbie to play, haven't we? We've all been desperate for Robbie to be given opportunity. You know, obviously, since we knew that the league was gone, since we knew that there's no pressure on, since we knew that, you know, realistically, there was nothing left to play for this season, we all wanted to see Robbie given his opportunity to play. And I thought Robbie was great today. You know, how refreshing was it to see a goalkeeper command his area How refreshing was it to see a goalkeeper come for a cross? How refreshing was it to see a goalkeeper come off his line and put somebody under pressure? How refreshing was it to just see someone stand up big, tall, close down the angle and be just fantastic? I thought McCrory did ever so well today. I thought the kid was absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that Beale can drop him. I think if Beale does drop him for the last 4 games, even against Celtic next week, I think it'll be an absolute damn disgrace. I think McCrory did more than enough in that game to prove that he's worth his place in the starting lineup. I thought he was superb. I thought he did really well today. That chance when Duke was clean through and he comes out, he makes himself big, and Duke puts it over the bar. The chance that Duke had as well when, the McCrory goes to that back post, makes himself nice and big, makes the save again. I thought McCrory did ever so well today. I thought he was everything McGregor hasn't been this season. He commands his area. He comes for crosses. He doesn't stay stuck on his line. He's got speed. He helps his defence out. He was fantastic today. Really, really good. Like I said, I honestly can't see how we can leave him out for these last few games. Even against Celtic next week, I really do want to see McCrory play against Celtic next week. I think it's absolutely vital. I think, like I said, if they drop him and bring back McGregor, I mean, what's the point? What, quite frankly, is the point? A game that doesn't matter to them, to us, in as much as league state. Yes, it matters because it's an old firm. You never want to lose an old firm, but let's give him the opportunity to play. Let's let him. Let's see what we've got. Let's continue to see what we've got. The kid did really, really well today. I thought he was, he was superb today. And like I said, he was everything McGregor hasn't been this season. I thought the substitutions were a bit confusing, if I'm being honest with you. I thought Scott Wright did well when he came on. He took the game to Aberdeen, seemingly wanting to prove something against his former employees. But for me, why didn't we see Leon King? Why didn't we see Adam Devine? Why didn't we see Alex Lowry? What message is that giving to Alex Lowry now that you'd rather bring on Glenn Kamara, you'd rather bring on Scott Wright ahead of him and not give him an opportunity to play? I mean, I don't get that. I really don't get how Alex Lowry wasn't given any minutes today. It doesn't make any sense for me whatsoever. Is it that, genuinely Michael Beale does not fancy Alex Lowry, does not rate him as a player, does not think that he's got the talent to play at this level? Is that what we're saying here? I think that was a big, big slap in the face of Lowry today. I'm not getting any minutes. And Devine too. Why not bring Devine on? Why not bring Leon King on? I thought Suter did well when he came on for Davis, but why not give them a run out? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think they should have all 3 of them should have had some minutes today. Those young lads should have been given the opportunity to impress and to play in today's game against Aberdeen. So a little bit disappointed. We didn't see King, we didn't see Devine, and we did not see Alex Lowry play. Obviously, we've got the game against Celtic coming up. That's going to be a massive game. Like I said, any old firm game. Whether the league's at stake, whether a cup's at stake, is always a big game. It's the old firm, isn't it, at the end of the day? And it matters. Of course it matters. But I really hope that Michael Beale doesn't go back to the old players. Ryan Kent, not even in the squad today. I mean, wow. I think his days are definitely done at Rangers. And the fact, obviously, that he was, in manager speak, crap against Celtic in the semi-final, because he was subbed for tactical reasons, kind of sent a little bit of a message, I think. And the fact that, like I said, he wasn't even on the bench today sends a message as well. And Michael Beale was, fairly scaling of Alfredo Morelos after the game as well, saying that, he didn't impact the game in any sort of positive way after the game. I think and Alfredo Morelos will be moving on at the end of the season. A clear indication that Alfie's gone now. And do we really need to see him? And are we only seeing him because we genuinely have 0 options up front? Robbie Ure didn't even get a look in today, and Zach Lovelace obviously is suspended, but we really do have nothing up front, don't we? And it just shows how desperate we are for a striker next season. We do need to address that position next season. Today really did show that, given how awful Fashion Sakala was, and how equally as awful as Alfredo Morelos was when he came on as well. And look, it's sad, Alfredo Morelos has contributed so much to this club in his time here, but like I said, he's kind of checked out. Kent's checked out. We need to move on. And these last few games, look, we've got to stick with this formula of going for players that, have got something to prove, that are going to be here next season, that we need to see for next season. That's what we've got to go for, I think, going forward. Well, guys, please make sure that you come back this evening for a podcast, myself and Victoria, talking over the Aberdeen game, talking over the games coming up, and obviously some of the other news that has been in and around Rangers this last few days, weeks, and months. Well, thank you so much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. As always, guys, this is the channel that brings you your team every single day. So please hit that sub, please ring that notification bell, and give the video a like, guys. It does help out. I'm about to speak to you again very soon here on the channel, here on Glasgow Rangers Nation.